What's up, tricksters? My name is Charlatan. I'm yours personal Valorant coach and potentially future Valorant professional player. Who knows how the tides will change? Before we start, I wanna thank you all for the amazing support. At 10,000 community members, you're going to get two very epic videos. One is going to be my room/setup tour to show you how and where does the magic happens before I move to another city and apartment. And second video is going to be a little secret, and I'm gonna make it when I get Valorant highest in-game rank. Currently I'm sitting at Diamond 3 and we are slowly progressing to that Valorant title. Probably I'm going to hit Immortal after this video is published. And it will take me one more week to reach that juicy Valorant rank. On 10,000 tricksters I'm gonna reveal a new mask and we are going to make a streaming and video schedule so you know when you can expect some amazing YouTube and Twitch content from this persona. Today I'm going to explain you how, when and where to use rifles in Valorant. I'm not going to cover Phantom and Vandal in this video because I already did an in-depth analysis of these weapons in this video, so you can go watch that one. Right now we are going to cover the rest of the rifles crew, Bulldog and Guardian, which is one of my favorite weapons so far. So let's jump straight into the action. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in this guide we are going to cover the remaining rifles crew in Valorant, and those are Bulldog and Guardian. I'm going to explain you damage of both weapons, secondary fire or ADS, when to buy them, where to use them, and how to use them properly. So let's start with their damage. Bulldog has 35 damage to body, headshot deals 116 damage, and leg shot deals 30 damage. But that is, ladies and gentlemen, inaccurate. Leg shots deal actually only 29 damage. I don't know how these mistakes happen in Riot games. Like, I don't know how do they actually, why then, how does this happen, my friends? Like, this is really critical information, because if the leg shot deals 30 damage, that would mean that you would need 5 bullets to kill your target at the leg shot, but instead you need 6 bullets to kill an enemy at leg shots, because the leg shot actually deals 29 damage, which is inaccurate information. Both weapons don't have any damage fall off, which means that you can shoot your targets at any distance and the damage will always be the same. At body shots needs 5 bullets to kill your target, and the headshots, you need 2 headshots to kill your goddamn enemy. Bulldog is a fully automatic rifle with fire rate of 9.15 rounds per second, which is lower than Phantom and Vandal, which makes it inferior weapon to those two. That is why the Bulldog only costs 2,100 credits, and it has a specific use in a certain situations, which we are going to cover later on. The zoom mode is 1.25x and it fires a 3-round burst fire, which means it fires 3 bullets when you press right click and left click in the same time, when you zoom in actually. And the fire rate of the zoom mode is 4 rounds per second, which means that you can fire 3 shots at 0.75 seconds, which is extremely deadly in certain situations. Both Guardian and Bulldog have a wall penetration which is medium, which means they can penetrate the wood, they can penetrate the concrete, and they can penetrate the metal with a high damage fall off when they are penetrating through metal. On the other hand, we have Guardian, which is a semi-automatic weapon, which means that it can only fire 1 bullet at a time. The Guardian deals 195 damage at headshots, it deals 65 damage at body shots, and again we have a mistake by Riot Games. It deals 48 damage at leg shots, and here it is stated that Guardian deals 49 damage, so I don't know how Riot Games mess up those information, but for Guardian it doesn't really matter, because you still need 4 bullets to kill your enemy at leg shots, you need 3 bullets to kill your enemy at body shots, and you need only 1 precise bullet to annihilate your enemies and end their living in this world. The secondary fire of Guardian only provides the zoom mode with slight spread reduction, so the zoom mode is extreme with 1.5x zoom, which is extremely useful on a long range and mid range fights. The magazine capacity of Guardian is 12 bullets or 12 rounds per magazine, or however you wanna call it, and for Bulldog is 24. So these weapons don't hold a lot of bullets, but they are extremely useful in a certain situations. Both weapons, as you can see, have no damage fall off when it comes to distance between you and enemies. They have the same wall penetration. Fire rate of Guardian is 6.5 rounds per second in both zoom mode and unscoped mode, or however you wanna, unzoomed mode, the primary fire mode, which is significantly lower than Phantom and Vandal, but Guardian is the rifle with the highest damage, so it is extremely deadly weapon if you can actually hit those shots, and it can be more useful than Phantom and Vandal, even though Phantom and Vandal should always be your primary weapons in this game. They are the main weapons. They are like AK and M4 of Counter-Strike. Like, they are your primary weapons in this game. Now we come to question when to buy those weapons. Bulldog is extremely useful in the second buy round. So for an example, if you won the first round and you go into second round, you should be buying Bulldog and heavy armor. This buy is extremely good because you can carry Bulldog in the third round and try to kill the enemies that have Phantoms, Vandals, etc. And the Bulldog really shines against enemies that don't have armor or they have a light armor, because when you fire 3 shots at the body level, 3 body shots with your alt fire, you're able to kill your targets that don't have any armor. If you're precise enough to fire all 3 shots at the head level, you can also kill the enemies that are using Phantom and Vandal. So if you are forcing and you don't have enough money to buy Guardian, Phantom or Vandal, Bulldog should always be your second option. Don't go for SMGs, don't go for shotguns, heavies, etc. Go for Bulldog. Of course, in the second round you can also buy Marshall, because Marshall is really useful against the enemies that don't have any armor, but I covered that in my economy guide video, which you can watch right here. So, in my opinion, I think you should buy Bulldog only in second round if you won the first round, and only when you are forcing and you don't have money to afford Guardian and heavy armor, or heavy armor and Phantom or Vandal. Bulldog can be extremely deadly weapon on a mid-range to long-range distance because of the 3-round shots. So you should always be scoping or ADSing with Bulldog on a long-range distance and on a mid-range distance, because the alt fire, the ADS, is extremely useful. At a close range, always engage your enemies with your rapid fire, your primary fire, your left click. That's how you're going to kill them in the fastest way possible, and you will be precise. Like, using the ADS at this range, trust me, like, sometimes you will miss your shots, the enemies will be moving, they're not going to be static like this, they'll be moving left and right, they'll be crouching, jumping, so it is almost impossible to hit all 3 shots at the head location or neck location if they are really this close, and you should always be aiming at their neck level when you're burst firing, because your bullets are going to go up and you're going to hit your enemies in neck and in head, which is enough to destroy and delete your enemies from this world. To be honest, in my personal opinion, the Bulldog is really good weapon at mid-range and long range, but at a close range, like, you will probably lose most of the fights against enemies that have like Phantom, Vandal, or even the shotguns. Like, it just doesn't shine at a close range distance because rate of fire is really low. Burst fire is not that useful at this close range distance, so like, Bulldog is extremely good weapon at a bit higher distances because of the alt fire and because of the damage that it provides. Like, there is no damage fall off for Bulldog. And maybe the strongest point of this weapon, why it's so good in the second round and the eco rounds or the force rounds, etc., half buy rounds, it's because of its price. Like, it costs only 2,100 credits. So you're able to afford this weapon, you're able to afford your shield, and to buy all of your abilities and get ready to attack that enemy's bomb site. On the other hand, we have Guardian. Guardian is extremely powerful weapon. As you can see, the damage of Guardian is incredible. So in some situations, I will pick Guardian over Operator. Guardian is like a rifles operator, to be honest. Like, if you're able to hit those nasty one-taps at headshots, you are going to annihilate and destroy your enemies. Like, sometimes I'm going to pick Guardian when I don't have enough money to buy Phantom and Heavy Shield with abilities. So I'm going to buy Heavy Shield, Guardian, and some of my abilities in order to defend the bomb site. To be honest, buying Guardian on the attacking side is not that good, because most of the times when you're attacking, you're going to be at some really close corners, like you're going to engage enemies face on, and Guardian doesn't really shine at these close quarters. The main advantage of Guardian is at mid-range and long-range distance. Why? Because of the 1.5x zoom mode. Like, you're able to easier snap at the enemy's head and aim at your targets because of the 1.5x zoom mode. It acts like a marshal. It's basically the marshal or operator of rifles. It's really good at the long range and mid-range distances. So at the mid-range and long-range distances, you should always go for those nasty one-tap headshots with ADS or without ADS, depends if you're confident enough or not confident. And at the close range, you should try to tap shoot your enemies at the neck location, neck and head level location, and try to go for those nasty one taps. And that's all you can do, to be honest. Like, but if the enemies have Phantom or Vandal and you miss their head, in 80 to 90% of situations you're going to lose that gunfight, because Phantom and Vandal have much higher fire rates and they're much more useful at this close range distance. Like, you're able to spray your enemies, you're able to spray transfer with Vandal and Phantom, and with Guardian you have only 12 bullets. Like, you're going to kill maybe 3 or 4 enemies, but that 5th or 4th enemy is going to destroy you because you'll have to reload your weapon. Actually, the only disadvantage of Guardian, like the magazine capacity, 12 bullets is not enough to stop the enemy pushing, like 5 enemies pushing. You're able to get maybe 2 or 3 kills, but the rest 4 or 5 enemies, if you don't have your abilities to stop their push and actually fall back and reload, you're probably going to die from the remaining enemies. Everything else about this weapon is amazing. It costs less than Phantom and Vandal, so you will be able to afford it with some abilities, of course. And the damage is incredibly high. And I highly recommend using this weapon at defending sites, especially if you are defending long-range sites or mid-range sites. For example, C long at Haven, or A long at Haven, or A short at map Haven. Like, if you're at the long range or mid-range distance, this gun will overshine the Phantom and Vandal. So these weapons are extremely situational weapons, as you can see. You should not be buying them every single round on both sides. Your main weapons are still Phantom and Vandal, because they are the best weapons in almost every single situation. Vandal you use at the long range distances and when you're attacking or defending long range portions of the sites, and Phantom is extremely good if you're attacking the close quarters, the close corridors. For an example, the C short area of map Haven. Those two weapons are mainly personal preference, and I explained them in my video Phantom versus Vandal, so you can watch that one. And Guardian and Bulldog are extremely situational weapons. So, like, both weapons are extremely good, and I like both weapons much more than SMGs and shotguns and heavies in this game. But you need to know when to use them, how to use them properly, and I hope that I've explained you well enough to understand when you should use them. And one more thing I need to note, like, if you are low HP with Bulldog, it is extremely useful to use your 3-tap burst fire. Why? Because if you have lower HP than enemies, it is almost impossible to win that gunfight, because you require 2 headshots and the enemy probably requires 1 bullet to kill you. For an example, you have 20 HP and the enemy has 150 HP. It is more beneficial if you try to go for that burst fire and try to kill the enemies at headshot, to kill them instantly, than to try to spray them down or tap shoot them. Like, tap shooting at a long range with Bulldog is almost impossible to win those fights against Phantom and Vandal. Same goes for Guardian. If you're low HP with Guardian, it is much beneficial to go for those sick one-taps than to try to spray down your enemies with semi-automatic fire. So you always need to think what position you're going to play at that certain round? Which round is it? How much money do you have? Is it more beneficial to buy maybe Bulldog, armor, and all of your abilities, or go for armor, Phantom, and no abilities at all? And you should always think which position you're going to play at that certain moment or on that map. If it's a long range fight, maybe try playing Guardian instead of Phantom and Vandal. It will be more beneficial for you to go for those sick one-taps, especially if the enemy has Operator. If they miss the shot, you will be able to destroy them with Guardian, because the Guardian has 1.5x zoom, which is a lot, to be honest. Like 1.5x, like it gives you a lot of vision, and you can actually see and snap easier at the enemy's head location. And the damage of this gun is just incredible, to be honest. So Guardian can easily compete with Phantom and Vandal when you are defending, but when you are attacking, try to stay away from Guardian. Like, it is much better to buy Phantom or Vandal. Like, my personally favorite weapon is Phantom at the moment, because I love spraying a lot. Like, I'm the spray type of player. I love spray transferring. I love shooting multiple targets at the same time, and I'm not a one-tap machine. I'm not Scream, to be honest. I do love Guardian, and I do love to use Vandal when I'm playing long range or mid-range distances. And you will see me buy Bulldog all the time in the second buy round, or maybe I'll go with the Marshall and some trick shots in the second round. There you go, my dear friends. Now you have gathered all the knowledge about rifles in Valorant. Only weapon guides left to cover on this channel are SMGs, shotguns, and heavies, which you're going to get really soon. So if you don't want to miss some free knowledge and experience, make sure to hit that subscribe, turn on those goddamn notifications, and bang that bell icon so you don't miss any new content from me, myself, Charlatano. Leave a like on this video and leave a comment down below. What topic do you want to see me cover next in future? In the meantime, you can also share this video and spread the word about this channel with everyone you know, so we can all improve and grow together as a strong community. In the description you have other social media where you can follow me for some future live streams and announcements. And you can also join my official Discord server. I want to keep in touch with all of you, my dear friends. I'm yours one and only Warden of the Valorant community. Thank you for watching, and cut!